It is your Classic Metal Show right here on the ClassicMetalShow.com. Kicking off the show tonight, we heard something from my favorite Anthrax release, Sound of White Noise, with If Only We Weren't Pussies. And there's Cinderella with Tom Kiefer on lead vocal there with Somebody Save Me! Save me! And savior of us all, the guy with good sense, my good friend and partner, Chris Aiken. What's going on, Chris?
What, is something happening today in the world?
Oh, my God. It's Armageddon. It's zombie apocalypse.
All this because Eric Ferentinos left Bow Wow Wow?
Yes, that's exactly the reason why.
I knew it was big news. I didn't realize that Eric leaving the band would shut down the entire fucking world.
It's shut down the internet and everything involved.
How can that be? It's a good thing we caught him.
Yeah.
Before he left the band.
Yeah, we caught the Eric virus before he left the building.
That's right. People are dicks. What a bunch of cowardly fucking pussies we have in this country.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, my God.
I know, but that's our media that drives that fear. It's the media.
Who's watching this shit, though?
Oh, again, it's the same people who are addicted to social media and believe everything that's on there.
Oh, my God, the level of fear everybody has.
Yeah.
My God, the whole... Okay, let's just say for the sake of argument that you went to work Friday, right?
Yeah, I worked all week.
Okay, so let's just say for the sake of argument, you got the virus.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Are you going to die?
No.
Probably not, right?
Yeah. The probability of dying from this thing is like less than 1%.
What has greater odds? You dying from the virus that you may have caught at work Friday, or you driving to work on Monday if you still have to? What has a greater chance of killing you? The drive?
Oh, the drive, absolutely.
Yeah. So just stop with this horse shit. If it gets to a point where it's 1540s Black Plague type shit, all right, then we got a different thing to fucking worry about. Right now that you got a couple people with the fucking flu and a zillion people overreacting, calm the fuck down, everybody.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, if you do a little research, real research, not listen to the hysteria, we are a nation of 350 million people,
mm-hmm.
and so far there's been a little over 1,500 cases in the entire nation reported. Right. 1,500. It isn't even enough to fill up the House of Blues.
No. See, I'm not looking at any of that stuff, and I'm going to tell you why. Because they don't have any way to know.
Yeah, that part is true. But what I'm trying to say here is that what they do know and the number of fatalities from it, there's been like 39 fatalities nationwide.
Something
39. More people died in car wrecks today than died from this thing today.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not even going to look at stats because everything on every news thing, social media, platform, website, everything, it's all fucking nonsense. It's all fucking nonsense because we haven't tested everybody. You could say that there's 0% if I test me and my son and neither of us have it. Well, there's 0% in our area. So, you could do that. And if you test one of one, there's 100% in somebody else's area.
Yeah.
The testing is bullshit. So stop with the fucking testing numbers. Do it this way. When your grandmother is laying there dead, then you know somebody, then worry about it.
Yeah.
Until you know people that are dead, don't fucking worry about it. Jesus Christ.
Well, regardless of that, if you're not in the danger category, high risk category, and they say that the average age of people who have succumbed to this after contracting it are 69 years and older, and they've had some underlying respiratory health issues. Mm-hmm. So if you're a wheezing old man with emphysema at 70 plus years old, you might be in a high risk group. If you're a fairly healthy person and you get it, you'll be fine in a few days.
Yeah. I don't care. If it kills me, it kills me. But again, I personally not afraid to die. So what the fuck ever. You know, and plus I live at home. So you know how this changed my life? None. Not any.
Yeah.
You know, you know what I did Thursday and Friday? The same as I did Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah.
The same exact thing. I didn't change shit. I still sent out my social media to fucking try and get a couple of non-scared pussies into fucking Pinball PA. I still built some websites. I still did my job. You know, and then I watched movies. I watched Star Wars and I watched 1917.
Right.
You know, it's like, go fuck yourself with your fucking diseases.
Yeah. Well, those of you who are heavy smokers and, you know, have basically trashed your lungs, if you get it, well, there's a high probability something might happen to you.
If it does, it does. You knew it going in. Nobody puts a nicotine dick in their mouth thinking, oh, no, I couldn't get cancer.
Yeah.
No one does that.
Yeah.
So, you know, cancer, SARS, coronavirus, whatever. We all live our life at some level of risk, except for you.
Right.
All the rest of us live at some level of risk, whether it's drinking too much, partying too much, smoking weed, driving drunk, whatever it is. We all do stupid shit, and we all put our lives at risk a whole lot.
Yeah.
So running around crying about toilet paper and not being able to find Purell, you're a fucking douche.
That's true.
It's just fucking so stupid.
I agree.
You know, I'm not even against people that, if you're legitimately afraid, I'm going to say this in honesty. If you're legitimately afraid, that's fine. Fair enough. You bought the hype. You're scared. So be it. Good. But don't try to tell me or anybody else what to fucking do. Just stay home. What's the current term? Self-appointed social distancing or something like that?
Yeah, social distancing.
Yeah. If that's what you feel you need to do because you're a big fucking puss or because you're not a pussy, but because you have legitimate concerns about your health and well-being and the well-being of your family, if that is what you have, then fucking go ahead and do that. But stay off the goddamn social media telling people, well, this is the way it is, man, because it's what I believe.
Yeah.
And the same with the other way. If you think it's all bullshit, same thing. Stop trying to convince people. Live your own fucking life.
Yeah.
That's it. Just live your fucking life. If the guy next to you is afraid, let him be afraid. Okay, you fuck. Just look at him, go, okay, pussy, good for you. I'm going to the bar.
Right.
And the guy at the bar isn't afraid and he gets sick and dies, go, okay, brave soul, you're dead. And stop worrying about every other motherfucker in this goddamn world. Jesus.
Right.
Fucking self-righteous cocksucking fuckfaces. Shut up.
Well, it's the same global warming people.
Oh, I hate them all.
Yeah.
All of them. Both sides of this argument, I hate them all.
Yeah.
If you're on social media, if you've written more than a paragraph about this on any social media platform, you're a dick. You're a dick unless you have fucking PhD or above behind your name in fucking infectious diseases. You're a dick. You're just a dick because you don't know shit. You're a fucking carpenter. You're a plumber. You're a guy that sells shoes. You're anything but a fucking scientist, so shut the fuck up. God damn it, I hate fucking people. I hate people more today than I've ever. We say it all the time. We hate them more each week. Right now, I wish the goddamn meteor would just hit.
Yeah.
So we done. Just be done with this. No more classic metal show. No more entertaining. No more shit. Just and dead. Because that's what 99% of us need is dead.
Yeah.
Because we're all a bunch of flaming faggot pussies. Every last one of them.
Right.
Fuck off. It's going to be a fun show.
Yeah, I can tell.
I'm all kinds of angry.
Angry Aiken strikes again.
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely pissed off.
Yeah.
Pissed off about the virus. I'm pissed off more because I'm losing money out of fucking stupid fear.
Yeah.
You know, I lost $3,000 so far in 3 days. How'd you do?
I did fine.
Yeah, I lost 1,500 on my fucking Nalbandian trip. I'm losing 1,500 so far today at Pinball PA. It's a fucking glorious night.
Yeah.
Just fucking glorious.
Yeah. It's only money, right?
No, that's it. You know what? And that's the real point of it. I've been telling my partners at Pinball PA this all week. Not going to worry about it. You know, I'm in the same boat as everybody else. You know, if the guy that owns my lease doesn't like that he doesn't get his full money, you know what? Here's a dick. Go ahead and suck, because you're not getting any. You're going to get what I give you. You know, considering the whole goddamn world's a bunch of fucking pansy pussies afraid to go out of their house except to buy toilet paper.
Exactly.
Fucking assholes.
Yeah. Well, it certainly has been an interesting couple of days, you know, where the nation is concerned and everybody's worry and you know, what the Trump administration has been trying to do to stave off any real, you know, economic damage for this country. But boy, watching that stock market shoot up 2,000 points in a matter of 45 minutes was something.
Yeah, that was the first time I've watched a press conference of Trump, a full one from start to finish, since he announced he was going to run for president. Because I really just have not given a shit. And like I texted you, he was kind of nervous at first. He came off, you could tell he was feeling the pressure of.
Yeah, of course.
You know, and there were definitely things I wish he wouldn't have done, even though the one made me laugh. I wish he wouldn't have taken the shot at Obama, although it did make me laugh when he did it. But it was like, all right, dude, you're trying to tell people to, you know, that this is bad and it's, you know, it's serious and it's a crisis. And at the same time, oh, they did terrible with SARS. Terrible.
Yeah, well, you know, I think and again, I understand where he was coming from with that. It was just like, you guys didn't panic like this when SARS was around, and it's just as bad, if not worse.
That was one of those times you have to admit he should have just held it.
Yeah, I agree. I agree, but I think he was trying to, you know, draw the parallel that people weren't flipping out like they were doing this, you know.
Oh, well, no, because they had the Messiah in the office.
Oh, yeah.
So if it was meant to be, it was God's will.
Right,
God's
of course.
Obey, you know. So I don't know. You know, it is what it is. It's a fucking nightmare. We're all going to sit home for 2 fucking weeks. You know, it's a perfect time for people to do new stuff, whether it's watching new movies, discover new podcasts, watch new TV shows, watch old TV shows. You know, just do stuff that you haven't been able to do in a while.
Yeah, get your taxes done.
Get your taxes done. You know, I built an app today for the fucking for the Amazon Fire Stick. I didn't know how to do it, but I had nothing but time.
Right.
So I sat down in front of my computer and looked it up and built an app. You know, and it's that kind of stuff. You can be a slug that sits there whining on fucking social media about, well, if this doesn't go away soon, we're going to have a national emergency and the national you can worry about all that shit all you want. And you can vent about that shit all you want. Or you could just go do something. Go be constructive. And if it turns out to be a waste of time, it's no more of a waste of time than the social media shit.
Right.
But if it doesn't, and I'll use me learning how to do the app today as an example, I did this app thing today just because I had time.
Right.
That I never have. I now, once this bullshit is over, if it does indeed finish, I now have a new skill that I will sell with Aiken IT Services.
Sure.
I will absolutely start marketing. Hey, do you need an app for your Amazon Fire Stick, your Amazon Fire Cube? Sure, $2,000. Come on. You know, and I'll take their money and I'll build them an app. I'll use it to make more money. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to take dead time to improve yourself. So improve yourself or improve your life. You know, just stop whining on fucking social media like it's important. It's not. It's not. Somebody agreeing with you, a thumbs up, pal, or a heart on social media means nothing. Means nothing. It means a whole lot less than doing what you're supposed to do. Did you call family this week once this kicked off just to make sure everybody's okay?
No.
I did.
I didn't.
You know, I did, you know, just because, you know, and it was a good thing I did because, like, with my mom, I called her and called her to make sure she had everything she needs. And she hadn't thought about going through her medicine to, stock up on her meds. So, she's old. She takes meds. So, that was a good reminder to kind of say, hey, be prepared, be vigilant. But that's it. I didn't call her and say, Mom, what are we going to do? The world's going to end.
Yeah. Well, I am going to call my dad tomorrow because it is his birthday. So I'll call him because it is his birthday.
Right. And you'll probably remind us, hey, make sure you're doing, what you need to do. But you won't be like, oh my God, Dad, I got to come home, Dad, because I don't think I can survive without you holding my shoulder and telling me you love me.
Right.
Oh, the neediness of these jerk-offs online is astounding.
Yeah.
I won't say the guy's name because I do like this guy. I consider him a friend, and I know he listens too, so he's probably not going to like that I'm going to bring this up.
Sure.
But I have a friend, and
that's surprising in itself.
I know it is, but he has a kid, and his kid is a special needs kid.
Okay.
Retarded kid, Downs kid.
All right.
And he's all pissed off about everybody overreacting.
Yeah.
About the thing because they canceled the ceremony for his kid's whatever. And his kid is upset.
Okay.
Not because of anything else, but it's that 100% selfish reason. And it's like everybody's like that right now.
Yeah, it'll get rescheduled.
Yeah, and of course it'll get rescheduled. And some things may not. But you know what? Sitting there whining about it, he went on social media with probably 20 posts about this fucking.
Wow, that's a little excessive, don't you think?
Just over and over. And it was all, see what you guys did, you overreacting babies. And
yeah, you ruined my day.
You ruined my son's event. And it's just like, dude, calm down. If the problem is everybody is like that dude. Everybody is reacting with how it affects them only. Yeah. And they're spreading it out like it affects everybody the same way. Look, like I said, I lost $3,000 so far this week. I'm going to lose another $1,000 tomorrow. I know that. And then next week, if this thing doesn't start to clear up, I'm going to lose another $4,000 next week. That's $6,000 out of my pocket that fucking fast. Now, I could sit here and whine about it all fucking day. I could sit here and be like, the world, you pussies, you faggots, whatever. And you know what it's going to change? Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing at all will be changed. So you just have to kind of suck it up, move forward and do it. But stop whining, everybody. Whatever side you're on, whether you're on the Neeley side of the don't give two shits, it's bullshit, whether you're on the Nancy Pelosi side of the world is going to end, it's just a matter of minutes now, or whether you're on the Chris Aiken side of really don't give a fuck, I'm not afraid of death anyway. Wherever you fall in that spectrum, it's not worth getting upset about.
Nope.
It's just not. So move forward. Jeez.
Well, anyway, it just goes to show me what this nation has become and what I need to be prepared for in case something really bad happens.
Right.
That's all it proved to me, is that this is such a minor thing, and the reaction of people just goes to show me that I need to be more prepared.
Well, you've got that 357. That's about what you need.
Well, it's a 44. I got a 9. I got a 45. So, and I got plenty of ammo.
Two-fisted, ready to go.
Yeah. ready to defend myself if need be.
Of course. I will say I cleaned my guns today.
Oh, that's good.
That was my chore of the day. Was I pulled out the old cleaning kit, and got to work. Disassembled, put some grease on where it needed to be greased up a little bit, did some cleaning, put it back together, rocking.
There you go.
Ready to kill. I mean, to defend.
Locked and loaded.
Locked and loaded. Exactly right.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. Well, needless to say, I was out on the road last weekend.
You were?
I was out on the road last weekend, and of course,
through it somehow.
Yeah, I did get through it. All of us got through it somehow.
How did none of you get sick and die?
I don't know that answer. I think it was because John had so much Purell that I think we were all protected.
Yeah, he is definitely a germaphobe, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. But I took off out of Chicago Friday morning. I flew to Atlanta. Right. And got a connector and flew over to Gulfport, Mississippi, because the first show was in Biloxi, which is right next to Gulfport. And it was kind of cool because I got off the plane and, I'm carrying my bag and got off the plane. I'm walking down the escalator there from getting away from the plane and going out to the ground level services. And there's a guy from the Hard Rock Hotel holding his little sign up there with Neeley on it.
All right.
And so there he is with the Hard Rock Hotel van, specifically there to pick me up.
The Neeley van.
Yeah. So I come off the plane, and there's my chauffeur.
Nice.
Waiting for me with his sign and his Hard Rock van. That's his Hard Rock Hotel and Casino on the side.
All right, nice.
So, of course, in chauffeur fashion, of course, he took my bag and, walked me out to the van and opened my door. And, so I was like VIP rocker guy.
First class.
It was. So, took me over to the casino, which was actually very nice. I had been to Biloxi years and years ago.
Okay.
But in the area where this hotel was, it's one of those kind of touristy areas, and it's, right along the coast.
Sure.
And actually very nice casino. So I got there and, got checked in, and the lady at the desk, she was like extremely, what do you want to call, helpful.
Okay.
It's, oh, Mr. Neeley, it's good to see you. The rest of the band is here. We've got your room all ready for you, and that whole thing. So, nice. So they gave me the key to the room, the little card key. And then she says, oh yeah, I got this envelope in the back here for you. So she hands me this envelope, and it's all full of coupons and shit like that, free drinks and, food coupons and things like that. I was just like, what is this? And she goes, oh, that's all your accommodations. That's all your coupons and things.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was just like, all right. I didn't even use one of them. So I go up to the room, and it's a big king suite.
Okay.
Very nice king suite. It was just like, wow, this is pretty nice. And
didn't even want to go to the show after that. You just want to hang out there.
Exactly. So I get in the room there, and they've got the TV on, and they have their own channel, the Hard Rock Cafe channel.
Right.
And all it does is, basically play classic rock.
Okay.
So it's already playing in the room. All the lights are on and the TV's on and everything's just ready.
Nice.
So I walk in there and get settled in and whatnot. And, I was just like, all right, this is pretty cool. So,
they treated you well, man. They treated you well.
Yeah, they did. It was very nice. Very nice. So, I got a hold of Dawn, and they were at sound check because I got in like at 2:30 or 3 o'clock, and they were all at sound check. And so he's just like, yeah, why don't you, come down to the room about 7 o'clock and, help get me ready and whatnot. So, I had a couple hours just kind of sack out on the bed there and take a little nap and, just get refreshed.
Sure.
And so I went down at 7, and, Don was in his room, and, he's doing a lot better. His left hand works, pretty good. He just doesn't have the strength in it, but all of his fingers work, and his right hand is moving. It's not as mobile as his left hand, but he still has movement in his right hand. So for those of you who have any concern, he's getting better. He's recovering.
That's good.
Yeah, so he just doesn't have he has the dexterity, but not the strength.
Okay.
You know, so I had to help him get his shirt on and get his coat on and pull his boots on and things like that, you know, tried to get him ready. And he says, yeah, you know, one of my sound guys, his name is D Dinko. I met this guy years ago. He goes, yeah, D lives in the area. It's his birthday. He and his chick want to come down, meet us for a drink before the show. So, right. He goes, so we're going to go down to the main, to the casino. They had a huge bar there, like a bar lounge type thing. So Don and I went down, and as soon as we get off the elevator, Don, immediately, all these fans coming up, nice. And of course, immediately what they want to do is shake hands.
Of course.
And of course, his right hand is not mobile, and it's just like, yeah, sorry, bro, I can't can you sign this record? I can't sign anything. I can't hold a pen with my right hand. You know, I'm right-handed. Oh, can I get a picture? And then some guy comes up, grabs Don's right hand, and squeezes it. And I'm just like, dude, take it easy. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I was just so excited, you know?
Yeah.
So Don was like, that's cool. Well, let me grab a picture. So he grabs a picture, puts his arm around Don's shoulder, gets a picture. And once I take the picture, then he slaps Don on the back and says, thanks.
Oh, good. That's good, because he had spinal surgery.
Yeah, he had spinal surgery. And he's like, ow.
Nice
dude,
job.
I'm so sorry. I've never seen people so nervous and excited at the same time.
And it's like, thanks a lot, Dick.
So we made our way through the crowd there over to the bar area and found D over there and his chick. And, we sat down and we're just having a couple of cocktails real quick before the show. And, right. One by one, the CMS fans start showing up. So it was kind of interesting because a few of our fans were there waiting. And it's like, oh, my God, I heard you were going to be here, and here you are.
Oh, wow.
It's amazing. It was amazing. So I want to say hey to Greg and Pete and, of course, our good friend Corey Davies. They were all there.
Wow.
And, a couple guys were buying us some drinks and stuff.
It always makes it worthwhile.
Yeah,
right?
Just chit-chatting with us. So I appreciate that. So it was cool to see the CMS fans out. So I wanted to thank those guys for coming out and saying hello and, supporting the show and all that kind of stuff.
Sure.
But, of course, this was the first show of the 3-day tour, which, they haven't performed together since October.
Right.
And they did really well. I was really surprised. Don made it through the whole show without having to sit down. He was really concerned that he was going to be a little wobbly.
All right.
And he made it through the whole show, didn't feel like he needed to sit down at all. And it was very interesting because, this is a joint tour with George Lynch.
Right.
And George was there, of course, and Robbie Crane is playing with them, as well as the drummer. What's his name? Can't think of it.
Drummer for who? For Lynch?
He's sort of who's playing with Lynch right now?
Let's see. According to Wiki, it is Brian Tichy.
It is Brian Tichy, yeah. And I'd never seen Brian live before.
Okay.
But that guy likes to drum.
You didn't see him with Whitesnake?
I'm trying to think. Was the last time I saw Whitesnake was like 2000 and during the Judas Priest tour.
I think he might have been drumming with them.
I don't remember. I thought that was Aldrich.
Might have been. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think he was with Whitesnake at that point.
These guys are all interchangeable at this point.
I know. But boy, I tell you what, Tichy, that guy throws in more fills than are necessary.
Did he try and sell you on his Silverthorn project?
No, I didn't even really get to talk to him that much. But
okay.
But just all I'm going to say is he's a great drummer.
Oh yeah.
But he's an over drummer. He just kind of overdoes it, you know?
Right.
But yeah, it was interesting to watch that. And, you know, and what was, you know, the fun part, I guess, for me and watching it was John up there just ripping away through the docking set. And,
right.
and then introducing George, and George coming out and playing. It's interesting to see those two play back to back.
Okay.
You know, because obviously John does a fantastic job with the original material.
Mm-hmm.
And then George, since he, you know, does his own thing, his own way, listening to the difference between George and listening to the difference between John, it's almost the same, but just a little bit different.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's very interesting to see, but because John's plays more spot on like the record.
Yeah.
And George plays a little more with the live feel.
George feels he owns the material, so he can do what he wants with it, while John's just renting it.
Pretty much.
You know, when you rent a house, you can't tear it apart, but when you own it, you do whatever the fuck you want.
Exactly. Exactly.
Same thing. Same attitude.
Yeah. So, you know, watching George go up there and play 3 songs at the end, and, you know, seeing the chemistry there, it was actually a better show than the reunion shows back in 2016.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. And I was like, wow, if you guys had done this in 2016, that would have been a much better show.
Sure.
But they seemed a little more relaxed, like it was just fun.
Okay.
It wasn't like the pressure was on to really perform or do well and whatever. It was just like, hey, here's our good friend, old friend George. And George got up there and just played, and Don seemed to be in good spirits, and everybody seemed to be having fun, and the fans seemed to enjoy it. So you could just feel the energy.
It's probably because it's it's an add-on. It's not a full show.
True.
You know, they're doing their full show. Plus, they also know that they're going to do 30 or 40 shows or whatever.
Yeah, this summer. Yeah, through December, they'll be playing together all year.
So, you know, basically, there's not as much pressure as there was, you know, with the reunion thing. There was 6 shows and no rehearsals, so they were probably all tense.
Yeah, and you could tell the difference.
Yeah,
you could definitely tell the difference.
And it's funny though, because George looks like he aged about 75 years since the reunion.
That is true. That part is true.
That white hair, he looks so old.
Yeah, it's all gray. It's less white and more gray.
And it's like, dude, fucking get that hair club for men or whatever. What is that stuff that you put in your hair?
Oh yeah, Grecian formula.
Grecian formula. Yeah, George needs to get that and slowly comb his hair back to brown or something.
Yeah, I agree too. Yeah, he does. He does look old.
He looks 20 years older than he is.
Yeah, well, that's from all that tanning. You know, the tanning and the gray hair. Not a good combo.
No.
So
what's weird seeing him smaller.
Yeah, he definitely is a lot thinner. He is way thinner.
Yeah, I mean, compared to 15 years ago when he was all allegedly shooting the roids, he was huge. I mean, he was a big guy then, and now he's like regular guy.
Yeah, he's pretty frail, pretty thin.
Yeah.
So yeah, to see them play and just tear it up just for fun,
right?
You could definitely tell the difference,
right?
Yeah. So the next day we got taken out to the airport, had to catch a plane out to Dallas and make a switch there, and then go to El Paso. Okay. And this was a Indian casino,
right?
And it was a free show, and open to the public. So there were quite a few people there.
Why was it free?
Because it's a casino. It was an outdoor, like in the parking lot type thing.
Oh, okay.
So it was open to the public. It was free. Anybody could come.
Mm-hmm.
So, it had a good crowd. But
right.
Here's the funny thing, being that this is an Indian casino. So we get to the venue, and since it's an outdoor show, the dressing room is a tent. It's a big tent set outside there, and they got tables and chairs and things in there. But
Neeley, Neeley, at a casino, it's called a teepee.
True. True. So we walk into the teepee that's our dressing room.
Right.
And over on the table is a table of nothing but booze. I mean, there was Gentleman Jack, Tito's vodka, what do you want to call it? Tequila, just every type of booze you could think of was on this table.
Was there a big sign over it that said Chris Aiken, welcome?
Well, it was just like, what the hell is this, Well, Don took the jack off the rider. There was, there was no booze in the dressing rooms at all. Don took everything off the rider. So that was cool. If we wanted a cocktail or something, we'd have one or two inside the venue. But as far as having anything in the dressing room, we didn't have anything.
You don't want to get all fucky where you can standing up.
Exactly. So we walk in there and there's all this booze. It's like, what the hell is this? They had this Don Julio shit and whatnot. So we're just kind of standing there, and nobody's touching it. It was just like, what is this here? Because Chris McCarville doesn't drink.
Right.
Don's not drinking on this tour, as far as like having cocktail in the dressing room. Right. You know me, I don't really drink that much. Mm-hmm. And John, if he drinks, he probably has one.
Right.
So Robbie Crane, Lynch Mob was on stage and they came off the stage andOni's with them, which is interesting because, I thought Oni was done with Lynch Mob, but now he's back.
Oh, that was 2 weeks ago. Now he's back.
So they got off the stage and we were, before Dawkins went on, Robbie come over into the dressing room area and he goes, "Is that your rider?"
Nice.
It's like, no, because Robbie doesn't drink either.
Okay.
And it's like, no, but you help yourself. He goes, "Nah, dude, I don't drink." He said, "I don't drink anymore. I don't do that anymore." But he goes, "Holy shit, I don't think I've seen that much booze in one place."
Nice.
So, so George and Oni came over and they said, what's with all the booze? It's like, I don't know. It's, so the tribal chief guy was over there and he goes, "Oh, help yourself. It's like, oh, okay. So they broke open that Don Julio and they started doing all these shots. Nice. Well, we went up on the stage. Dawkins was performing. And they played their set. And then, George came up on stage to play, and he puts on his guitar, and he starts ripping into some song nobody even knows. So Chris McCarville and BJ Zampa, they're sitting there looking, and Don's like looking over at George like, "What are you doing?" Right. And so he's up there just ripping away, and so Don walks over, he goes, "This is Kiss of Death?" Oh, sorry. I had a couple drinks. Don't mind me. So then he started ripping into Kiss of Death, and they did their 3 songs. They did When Heaven Comes Down and Kiss of Death. And, I think they did Lucky. Okay. Yeah. And, it was fun. It was fun watching it, So we got off the stage, and we're just kind of standing around there talking to everybody behind the stage there. Well, I see Oni off by himself, just kind of standing off by himself. All right. And you asked me if I could get the video IDs for the CMS TV as well as Pinball PA. Yeah. Uh-huh. And I walk over there and I walk up to Oni and I'm just like, "Hey, Oni, what's going on?" Oh, my God. That guy was fucking trashed. He was trash. He goes, "Hey, what's going on, buddy?"
Hey, friend.
Yeah. And so I was just like, I said, "Great show. Good to see you again." Yeah. Good to see you too, man. Good to see you, and I was just like, well, I was going to ask you to do a video ID for me, but I could see that, you're kind of in another place. "Yeah, I don't do that stuff anymore, dude. I don't do anything like that."
Okay.
He goes, I just lay low, man. I don't endorse anything. I don't do IDs. I don't do interviews, nothing. I don't do any of that anymore.
All right.
He goes, I just try to live a peaceful existence, man. It's just peace and love, just peaceful existence.
Nice. All right.
I was just like, all right. I said, well, I just was hoping maybe you'd do an ID for me. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow with you or something. Nah, dude, no. He goes, now, what is your show again? I said, yeah, classic metal show. You've been on it. Oh, yeah. You know what? I don't know. How many people do you reach?
Oh, Jesus.
I said, about 40,000. I said, we've been around almost 25 years. You know what? Catch me tomorrow. I might do it then.
Oh, good. Thanks. Your calendar. Mark your calendar. The great Oni Logan will speak to you when he's sober.
Yeah. So I went over and talked to George for a minute, and yeah, he was feeling no pain. He wasn't trashed like Oni, but he had a few.
Nice.
And Brian Tichy, he had a few. So they were all shooting that tequila.
Right.
And who was it, dude? I think Chris McCarville said, "Did you taste any of that?" I said, "No." I said, "I haven't tasted." He goes, "Are you going to have any?" I said, "That's really not my thing."
Right.
But I went and poured just a thimbleful, literally a thimbleful, just to taste it. It was actually really good, but it's just not my thing. I mean, I tasted it. That's about it, but I could see how quickly that could get you trashed.
Yeah. Because not a margarita guy or nothing.
What was it now?
You don't like margaritas or anything?
You know what? It's just not my thing. I don't really drink that stuff, But this stuff was really smooth, and the little bit that I had, it almost like evaporates in your mouth.
Nice.
So it almost like goes directly to your bloodstream immediately.
Right.
Really good stuff. So then that was El Paso, and I want to send a shout out to Robert Torres. He and his boys were out there at the airport waiting for us. We got off the plane, and I was carrying some of the bags and stuff to the shuttle van, and these guys, there was probably about eight of them standing outside there. And I got off the plane, and Dawn was, behind me, and I figure, okay, they're all here to, see Dawn and stuff. So I just took the bags to the van and put all the things in. And then, I went back for Dawn just to make sure he wasn't getting mobbed. And so Dawn was heading back toward the van. He goes, "You better get over there." He says, "Your fans are over there asking for you." Just like, I said, okay. So this is Robert and his boys and everybody was just, Neeley, it's good to see you, man. I listen to the show all the time.
Great.
Can I get some pictures? So I took some pictures with them. So that was pretty cool to see those guys. And, they're hardcore Dokken fans, hardcore CMS fans.
Nice. So now you're their profile shot on their Facebook?
I guess. I don't know. I have no idea, but it was fun to meet them. And then next morning onto another plane back to Dallas, and then down to Midland, Texas on Sunday.
Okay. And
again, very nice accommodations, nice rooms, good services, everything. It was top notch. I got to admit, it was top notch. Everything was ran smoothly.
Sure.
The shows went well. Don did better than he expected. He, didn't really show any signs of weakness.
Okay.
And I think he actually surprised himself.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. So the show in Midland, Texas was at an arena, and, a lot of oil workers out there, a lot of blue collar type people.
All right.
So they all came out, and they're definitely the salt of the earth type people working the oil fields and whatnot. And this is not the time to make a statement like, well, we played down there in Texas, and those people are Republicans down there, and they carry guns. We were scared for our lives. Nothing like that.
No. You weren't afraid?
No, I wasn't afraid. But so it was cool to, that show. And then Monday, back on the plane again, back to Dallas. And then on the plane to Chicago, and I was home by Monday afternoon. So It was a whirlwind trip, eight planes in 4 days.
Oof, no, thank you.
Yeah. A lot of little planes, a lot of little American Eagle jets.
Yeah.
You know, because we went into some of the smaller airports.
Sure.
But, you know, overall it was good. It was fun hanging with John and Chris and BJ and, of course, Don and, you know, meeting the fans and seeing George and Oni and Robbie Crane and Brian and, you know, everybody got along. It seemed like a good time. Everybody had a real good time.
So then I take it you'll do this again at some point?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, at some point on the tour, I'm sure you'll take another day or two off and go again, right?
Well, I think I'll probably do that in October when they come over to the Northfield.
Okay.
They're going to play here at the Four Winds Casino, which is literally 30 minutes from my house.
Okay.
Then they're going to go up north into Michigan, which is like 3 hours north, and then they're going to come over to Northfield.
So I guess that means I'm expected to go?
It's a Sunday. I don't know why you wouldn't go.
I'm kidding. Because I'd have to leave my house.
Yeah, that's true. But that's October, so this coronavirus will probably be gone by then.
Well, there might be another virus by then.
Yeah, well, yeah, that is a few weeks before the election. We got to have some kind of a crisis to try to bring Trump down.
Yeah, there could be something.
Yeah.
So.
Got to find another manufactured crisis.
That's right.
But overall, good tour, good fun time. Everybody seemed to, you know, be in good spirits. Don's doing better. You know, and as far as I know, I haven't heard anything, but their next show is in St. Charles, Illinois, which is a western suburb of Chicago, and that's on the 28th.
That's going to be canceled.
I haven't heard one way or the other, not yet anyway.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's a couple weeks away, so I have no idea.
Is that Saturday?
It is a Saturday.
So
that was going to be the weekend you were gone.
Yeah. All right. Well, tentatively we'll have a you know, some kind of show.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, if it gets canceled, I'll be here, obviously. If you don't end up going to San Francisco, you know.
Bob's canceled. Bob is canceled.
Oh, he has already canceled it.
Yep. Bob canceled. I didn't cancel. Bob
I was
did.
not aware, but if that show gets canceled, then it'll just be business as normal.
Yeah. And if not, maybe we'll do a music show or something.
Yeah, we'll see.
Since all the fans were pissed off last week that I just wouldn't do phone calls or requests.
Why they wanted to talk to you?
I guess.
Did they have something to say to you and John?
They all start at the beginning of the show saying, "Are you taking phone calls?" No. "Are you taking requests?" No. I'm just not.
That's your show, man. If that's how you want to run it, that's how you do it.
I don't do that. I don't do callers and requests and all that shit. I hate that.
Yeah.
Hate it on this show, but you insist on doing it.
It's no skin off your back.
Yeah, exactly. But no, last week was fine. I thought we did okay.
Yeah, I thought so too. I listened to 3 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And
you didn't come back to a disaster like normal.
No, you guys did well. I thought you guys did great with the audio levels and everything. I thought, you know, the subject material was good. You know, you guys seemed to have a pretty good time.
Yeah, it was fun. It was definitely all music based. I think we did one story that wasn't music based right at the end when we talked about the guy that got his ball bag ripped open.
Yeah.
On a hook. Ooh, that was brutal.
Right.
But yeah, no, it was fun. It was definitely fun. It was definitely weird, me and John not drinking at the same time.
Well, you know, sometimes you got to lay off.
Yeah. Well, but yep, that's all I got to say about that.
Well, the fans seem to like the show. I think
so.
I didn't hear anything to the contrary.
Me either. And there was a couple nice things said about the show, and you know, thanks. You know, it's what it is. It was an off show, but it was a decent one. So there you go. We gave you something.
Yeah, you had a live. Is this pre-recorded? I heard you on your first segment there about the Saturday evening event or the main event.
Saturday night's main event.
And again with the whole, is this a pre-record?
Of course. Immediately it was, is this a pre-recorded show?
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, here we go.
Yeah. Is this pre-record, man?
And then everybody wonders why I'm in a bad mood for 5.5 hours.
Yeah. We still can't have the same camaraderie in the chat room if it's a pre-record, man.
Yeah. Can't talk to each other if it's pre-recorded. It's different when we know you're sitting there from when we think you're not sitting there.
Yeah.
It's different, man.
We just got to know you're there, man.
There's a different energy, man. No, there's not. There's not a different energy. There's no difference in energy. It's still, we're not live now. I'm in Ohio. You're in fucking Chicago.
Yeah.
We're barely live. We're FaceTiming.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah. I did get a couple of questions. How do you guys do that?
Oh, it's magic.
How do you do that?
Yeah.
Now, Chris is in Ohio, right? Yeah. Well, how do you do that?
Well, I drive in every week. I drive to Chicago every week.
Right.
Do the show and drive home.
Yeah.
What we've been doing for 7 years now. I just drive to Chicago once a week.
Right. No, you fly your corporate jet over here.
That's right, with all my millions.
Yeah.
Might have to reduce myself to driving now with this fucking coronavirus.
Right.
Tap all my money.
But yeah, the fans.
Yep.
The fans. Other than that, it was back to business as usual this week for me. Just, all right, I'm back.
Mm-hmm.
I lived a whole different world for 4 days. Now I'm back to the normal thing.
Yeah. Back to slaving to the grind.
More or less.
Yep.
More or less. So, anyway, other than that, I had an eventful weekend. You guys did a great job with the show last week. It was fun to, get out there and shake a few hands. I wasn't afraid of the coronavirus.
And now we're back.
but John was a little concerned.
Oh, I'm sure he was.
He was Purelling and cleaning his phone and Purelling and cleaning his phone and wiping down the seats in the plane. And, it's like John.
Using condoms for socks. So sure doesn't get anything on its feet or anything.
I was like, John, take it easy. You're going to be fine. Take it easy. You're going to be fine.
Right.
But, yeah, it was fun hanging out with him. So you talked to him this week.
I did. Yeah. He seemed to say that he had a good time this week. He didn't have any nastiness to say about Mr. Lynch, and that was good.
Yeah. Well, they got along. Actually, after the show was over on, I think the El Paso show, John and George were in a very, very, very deep conversation about guitars and, styles and gear and all kinds of stuff.
Well, it has been 20 whatever years. At this point, it's probably time to be, even if George still has some anger about it, it's probably time to be over it.
Yeah, George, actually, to be honest with you, I've run into George probably a dozen times over the years. And obviously he's been on this show numerous times.
Mm-hmm.
But this is actually the first time in all the times that I've ever interacted with George.
Right.
He was actually very chatty and cordial and talkative.
Right.
Because I've run into him at like NAMM or at a clinic, or obviously when he did the shows, and he was just very standoffish.
Right.
But this time he was actually very chatty.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, he was very sociable. So I was just like, okay, this is a different George.
Dude, did you see this picture? Somebody actually found a picture of a guy using a condom as a sock.
All you have to do is just say something like that, and somebody can find it.
There it is. What the hell? Doc in 2020. You see it?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That's funny. Yeah. All you have to do is just say something, and somebody can find it.
Yeah. Good one, Doc in 2020. You made me laugh tonight. That's hilarious.
Yeah, that is good. Now, who's the hottie in the dress below?
That's Linda Cardellini.
I don't know who she is. Who is she?
She was on ER, and she was Velma on the Scooby-Doo movie.
Okay, see, I never watched either one of those.
I know her from ER. She was hot as fuck on ER.
Yeah, I never watched ER.
And she got a great ass. Looks great in scrubs. Oh, she's a little hottie.
Okay, yeah, she's cute.
Yeah, she's a good one.
Yeah, I don't know her, but I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, I don't know what else she's done. I'm sure she's done a bunch of other shit, but I know her from ER and as Velma from Scooby-Doo.
Okay. And you've seen the Scooby-Doo movie?
No.
But you knew that, though.
I just know it from pictures.
Okay.
Looking her up on my way to, when you look up Linda Cardellini fappening, sometimes you get regular pictures in with the nudes.
Okay.
I've seen her as Velma. That's how I know.
All right. Well, again, I'll just take your word for it. I'm not big on the whole celebrity thing. I don't know that many, celebrities. I know
when we go for you to name celebrity women, you're like Anne Margaret. You go back to like the 60s and shit.
Right.
You like stopped watching in the like 1981 or something.
Yeah, probably. I've probably seen a lot of these people, but to know them by name, don't care.
You're like, who's hot? Mariel Hemingway?
Yeah. Don't care. I've seen a lot of hot girls in my life, but to know them by name, yeah.
It's kind of the creed everybody wants to go by. Nobody really wants to know their name.
Yeah.
Just want to see them.
Yep. I hear you. All right. What do you say we take a break?
All right.
I got a request for some Slayer.
All right.
We're going to play Epidemic.
Nice.
So
why don't you follow that with accepts Pandemic right after it?
Okay. We'll do it.
There you go.
All right. For those of you who are afraid, don't have any way of have any coping skills or mechanisms to deal with a manufactured crisis, here's some Slayer for you. Epidemic, exclusively here
on your Classic Metal Show.
All right, this is Tom Morales, Slayer. You're listening to the Classic Metal Show.